ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ। जोर से बोलिए।
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
गीता जानम।
ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिता भगवताय नारायणेन स्वं व्यासेन ग्रन्थिता पुराणमुनिं वन्दे महाभारतम् अद्वैतमद्वर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धामि भगवतीं
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः
प्रपन्नपरिजाताय तोत्रवेपाणाय ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतये नमः। सर्वपनिषदो गोपालनन्दना
पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचारणमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्।
यं ब्रह्मा
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवे वेदे साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदे गायन्ति यं सामगा। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यां तं न विदुःसुरसुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। Does everybody remember where we stopped?
19.
Okay, so let's go. Verse number 20, chapter 1.
19th we started. 19th we have to start.
19.
We stopped at 19.
Finish 19. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva. Try to say loudly as you can. Atha vyavasthitan drishtva. Dhartarashtran kapidvajah. Pravritte shastra sampate. Dhanurudyamya pandavah. Rishikesham tada vakyam. Idamaha mahipate. Sanjay is speaking to Dhritarashtra and he's saying that at this moment, remember, dono side shank baja rahe hain, right? Both sides are blowing their shank as loud as they can to show victory and also to show courage, right? They're showing both. Pravrite shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandava. Here, Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra that in this battlefield where all of these shank is blowing, Rishikesham tada vakyam. At this moment, Rishikesh is Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He is driving the chariot of Arjun. Dhritarashtra Kapidvajaha. Kapidvajaha means the flag of Hanumanji, right? So sitting in this chariot, which has the flag of Hanumanji, at this time, Hey Mahipati, Arjun speaks these words to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Okay? Arjuna Uvacha. Senayoru. Bhayor Madhye. Ratham. Sthapaya. Mechutah.
मेच्युत
रथम स्थापयमेच्युत
रथं स्थापयमेच्युत
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथम स्थापयमेच्युत
सेनयोरुभयो मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत
यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहम्
यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहम्
योद्धुकामान् योद्धुकामानवस्थितान्
योद्धुकामानवस्थितान्
कैर्मया सह योद्धव्य कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे Bhagavan Shri Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna. So wherever Arjuna wants to go, he has to ask Bhagavan Shri Krishna to take him there, right? Otherwise, Bhagavan has to work with instructions. This is also a metaphor for Arjuna. आप समझ लीजिए कि अर्जुना हमारे मानस है. Arjuna is the mind. Rishikesh is the name of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, which has two meanings. Rishikesh means जिसका बाल बहुत लंबे हैं, right? Very beautiful long black hair. Rishikesh also means one who is in control of his senses. So Arjuna, who is represented as the mind, his chariot has 10 horses, 10 indriya. और चलाते कौन? भगवान श्री कृष्णा ऋषिकेश, the one who controls everything. He tells Bhagavan, Senayorur Bhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Mechyuta. Hey Achyut. Achyut is a very beautiful name of Bhagavan Krishna. It means one who never changes. He says, please take my chariot and place it between these two armies. What is the purpose? Arjuna says, Bhagavan, Kair Maya Sahyodavyam Asmi Rana Samudyame. I wish to see who I am fighting. This is the difference between Dushtalog or Sajjan. All of the soldiers on the Kauravas, yes, they are following their king, but they don't really care who they are fighting. Raja ne kaha ladna hai to ladte hain. But Arjun is fighting for dharma. So on one hand he is following out of loyalty to Yudhishthira. On the other hand he wishes to see who I am going to be fighting with. We do not blindly rush into conflict. We do not blindly rush into any problem. Even in allegiance to your country, you have to first of all accept param sattvic dharma. You have to accept that param satya and see if what you're doing is right. Arjuna asked Bhagavan Krishna, I wish to see who I am fighting. Yotsyamanam Veksheham Ye Tatra Samagata Dhartarashtrasya Durbuddhir Yuddhe Priyachikirshavaha. Bhagavan Krishna, Arjuna is telling Bhagavan Krishna, I want to see who is standing here on the side of Durbuddhir Yuddhe. इस युद्ध में दुर्बुद्धि दुर्योधन के साथ कौन है? Duryodhan, he says, is one who has durbuddhi. Buddhi means your intelligence. And sadbuddhi means those who have a good intelligence, good intellect. Durbuddhi means you have a dushta buddhi. Always you are thinking about bad things. So Arjuna is saying, Duryodhan ka to durbuddhi hai. Everyone knows. But I want to see who is standing with him. Always remember, if you are standing on the path of dharma, तो लोग आपको धार्मिक कहेंगे. And if you stand on the path of adharma, they will also call you a bad person. You cannot associate without some kind of pap or punya attaching to yourself also. You cannot fight on the side of Duryodhan and expect to say, I am just fulfilling my duty, he is my king, and the cause is wrong. And then Bhagavan gives us an example of this in Ramayana. If Vibhishan can leave Lanka, or Ravan ka sagi bhai, right? In the Mahabharata, many are the kings who will say, I have to fight for Duryodhan out of allegiance to the Singhasan of Hastinapur. But Vibhishan did not fight for Ravan out of allegiance. He could have also said the same thing, like Bhishma, like Drona, like Kripacharya, all of these people are saying, no, we believe the Pandavas are right, but still we have to fight on the path of adharam. But Vibhishan chose that param dharma. He says, I know that this is wrong. I know that Bhagavan Sri Ram is right. I have allegiance to Ravan. I have allegiance to Lanka. Still, sab kuch chhod karke, leaving everything behind, he crosses the ocean and goes to fight on the side of Bhagavan Sri Ram. It means that in the face of Param Satya, अगर आपके सामने भगवान खड़े हैं, अगर आपके सामने धर्म खड़े हैं, so there is no pap, there is no dosh, leaving behind the path of unrighteousness to join the path of righteousness, even if you have some obligation or some debt to this previous party. So Arjun wants to see who stands with Duryodhan, because Duryodhan, everyone knows, Maha Ahamkari, Maha Papi, there are many bad things that he has done. So he expects that those who are standing with him must also be Durbuddhi, they must also be bad people. But this is the complexity of Mahabharata. There is no black and white, everything is a gray area. Sanjay Uvacha Eva Mukto Rishikesho Gura Keshena Bharata Senayoru Bhayor Madhye Sthapayitva Rathottamam. अब भगवान श्री कृष्णा, he could have told Arjun, क्या देखना चाहते हो? Just stand here and get ready to fight. But he knows, क्योंकि वो परमात्मा है, अंतर्यामी है, he knows when Arjun will go and stand in between these armies and see all of his cousins, see all of his family, see Bhishma Pitamaha, see his Guru Dronacharya. He knows that Arjun's mind will become doubtful. But Bhagavan Krishna does not say anything. He does not even speak. Up to this point, we have not seen the words Bhagavan Uvacha. Only he listens and he takes this chariot, Sthapayatva Rathottamam, and he places it in between these two armies, Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashyetan Samavetan Kuru Niti. When Bhagavan Shri Krishna takes this chariot into the middle of the battlefield, then he speaks to Arjun, Hey Parth, all of the Kuruvansh stands in front of you. Kuruvansh, this is the words he used, Kuru Niti. He does not say, here stand the soldiers of Duryodhan. He does not say, here stands the army of Hastinapur. He says, here stands the Kuruvansh, Kuru Niti. Because Arjun bhi Kuruvansh se hai. They are from the same line. Bhagavan Krishna is from a different lineage. He is from Yaduvansh. But Arjun, they are all from the same family. So he tells him, here stands your family. Aapka hi ghar wale samne khade hain. Can you send someone to just tell them to be quiet? So, next shloka. Arjun now examines the army. Tatra pashyata stitan partha Pitri nath pitamahan Acharyan matulan bhratrin Putran pautran sakhistata. Arjun is looking, who does he see? Pitri Natha. Pitri Natha means uncles. Pitamahan. Pitamahan means Pitamaha Bhishma. Acharyan, he sees his gurus. He sees Dronacharya, he sees Kripacharya, Matulan. Matulan means Mamaji. Bhratrin, Putran, Pautran. He sees brothers, he sees sons, he sees grandsons. And most of them will be in the family of Kuruvansh. बहुत विशाल परिवार है. Not only the royalty is living in the kingdom. You have to understand, everybody is from the same lineage. So there are many of them who have become normal people as well. Many of them are captains, generals in the army. Many of them are not in the army. They have been called to fight. So all of the men in this entire kingdom, many of them who can trace their lineage back to a few single ancestors, sab Kuruvanshi hai. All of them are Kuruvansh. And Arjuna sees that all of them are his own families. Swashuran, Swashura means sasural. Swashuran suhridaschaiva senayorur bhayorapi. And he sees all of these people standing in front of them, familiar people, family. Then Bhagavan Shri Krishna, as he is observing Arjuna, Tan samikshya kaunteya sarvan bandhu navastitan kripaya paraya vishto vishidani abravit. Kunti Putra Arjun, as he sees all of these people arrayed in battle formation in front of him, Arjuna knows that there are very few powerful warriors who can defeat him in fair combat. Otherwise, he is one of the most powerful warriors, and he also knows that because of who he is, most of the people that he is seeing, most of them will die at his hands. So he sees the enemy, and he sees that they're all of his families, bandhun. Bandhun means aapke hi bandhu hote hain. So Arjuna becomes filled with sorrow. He speaks these words to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Arjuna uvacha drishtve swajanam Krishna yuyutsum samupastitam Sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parishusyati. He addresses Bhagavan as Krishna. There are many times when Bhagavan Krishna will use a different name for Arjun, and Arjun will call Bhagavan by different names. Every time they use a different name, it has a meaning, because all of the names have special meaning. So according to the bhav, according to the lesson, according to the situation, Arjuna uses different names, and Bhagavan Krishna will use different names also. Yaha Arjun Krishna bolte hai. What is the meaning of Krishna? The simple arth is one who is a little bit dark in appearance, but in Sanskrit, Krish means difficulties, Na means the one who removes. So Krishna means the one who removes difficulties. Arjun now is filled with sadness. He is filled with sorrow. He is filled with dukh. And he says to Bhagavan, Drishdevam Swajanam Krishna Yuyutsum Samupastitam. He says, Bhagavan, all of these people standing here to fight against me, sab hamare hi ghar wale hain. All of them are my family members. I feel like my hands cannot move. I feel like I cannot speak. Mera muh sukh gaya, my mouth is dry. Ve patuscha sharire mein Rom harshascha jayate. All of the hairs on my body are standing up as I feel this dread come over me. Hey Bhagavan, Gandhivam samsrate hastat Vakchaiva paridakyate. Mera haath se Gandhiv chut raha hai. The Gandhiv, which is his bow, he says it's slipping out of my hand. I cannot grip it properly. The entire body starts to tremble. Now, you have to remember just a few verses before, when Bhagavan Krishna took Arjun to the middle of this army, he addressed him, Eva Mukto Rishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata. He addressed Arjun as Gudakeshaha. Gudakeshaha means Arjun, the one who had conquered sleep. When Arjuna was training to become a great archer, so he asked his guru Dronacharya, he says, Guruji, Shreshta Dhanrajh banna chahta hu. I wish to become the best archer and best warrior in this entire Kuruvansh, in this entire Dwapar Yuga. So Dronacharya told him very plainly, he says, I don't think you can ever become the best, because Bhishma Pitamaha is still alive, and then we also have Karna, and don't forget about Shri Krishna himself, who is also a very great warrior. It's not possible to become better than them. So Arjuna said, I will do whatever it takes. So Dronacharya told him, if you practice in the day and you practice in the night, perhaps you can become better than all of them. Arjuna, from a very young age, he conquered sleep. He did not need to sleep the same way you and I sleep. He would practice during the day and he would practice during the night as well. Such was his parakram, such was his skill. Now you think to yourself, such a powerful Kshatriya who has been training his entire life for one purpose and one purpose only, that is to fight. That is to fight a war. Right? In this age of peace, there's not many times when entire countries are at war. You have like small issues with small groups, but countries are not always fighting other countries. So give the example of Bharat. Bharat is not engaged in a full-fledged war. But few months ago when they went to war with Pakistan, even for a few weeks, right? At that time, these soldiers have been training their entire life. Now when the command will come, now we have to go to war. At that time, if they will show fear, at that time if they will show hesitation, तो पूरा ट्रेनिंग ही बेकार हो गया, पूरा जीवन ही बेकार हो गया. They have been training for this their entire life. You cannot hesitate now in the moment of action. Arjuna, despite training his entire life, they had never really been to war. Small battles they had, but not war at a full scale. So how can that Arjuna say, Gandhivam samsrate hastat vakchaiva padidakhyate? How can he say now, the Gandhiv slips from my hand? ये तो ulta ho gaya. He is supposed to be the greatest warrior in Dwapar Yuga. How can he say something like this? Nacha shaknomyavasthatum Brahmativa cha me manaha Nimittani cha pashyami Viparitani keshava. He speaks to Bhagavan Krishna. First he called him Krishna, remover of misery. Now he calls him Keshavaha. Keshavaha means जिन्होंने केशी राक्षस को मार दिया. ठीक है? Bhagavan Krishna had killed a Rakshas called Keshi. So he speaks to Bhagavan Krishna now not as a supplicant asking the Lord to remove my misery. Now Arjun speaks to Bhagavan Krishna as one warrior speaking to another warrior. Hey Keshav, you have also fought many different wars. You have also killed many different powerful people. I ask you, how can you accept me, hey Keshav, to fight against my family members? Arjuna has to sit at this point. He sits down in his chariot and he says, Keshav, I cannot even stand properly. Chakkar aa gaya, head is spinning when I look at my family members standing in front of me. Next sloka. Nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva swajanama vahe. Bhagavan Krishna is listening quietly to everything Arjuna is saying. Arjuna is saying, Bhagavan, I do not see क्या लाभ हो सकता है इन सब को मार डालने से. What benefit can I get from killing all of these people who are my relatives or indirect relatives? Nacha shreyo nupashyami hatva swajana mahve. Swajan means apne hi log. What can I get from killing them, Keshav? Nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhanicha. This line he says to Bhagavan, which is very powerful. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna narajam sukhanicha. He says, मैं कुछ नहीं चाहता हूँ. I do not wish for anything. न मुझे राज्य चाहिए, न मुझे विजय चाहिए, न सुख भी नहीं चाहिए. I don't even wish for happiness. There is nothing that I want. Arjuna keeps speaking to Bhagavan. Kimno rajena govinda Kim bogher jivite nava Yesham arthe kangshitam no Rajyam bhoga sukhanicha Ta ime vastita yudhe Pranam styaktva dhananicha Acharya pitarah putra Tathaiva cha pitamaha Matula swashura pautra Shyala sambandhinastitha. Arjuna says, Hey Bhagavan, kimno rajena govinda, kim bhoger jivitenava. मुझे ये राज भोग नहीं चाहिए. What is the Mahabharat being fought for? Simple explanation is Mahabharat war is being fought for the Singhasan of Hastinapur. It's being fought for control of this kingdom, one single kingdom. बहुत सारे राजा उपस्थित हैं. We're only fighting for one kingdom. Arjuna says, Hey Govind, I do not even wish for this kingdom. I do not wish for any happiness, koi bhi sukh that is attached to this kingdom. What use is all of this happiness if I have to kill all of these people to get it? Bhagavan, Acharyaha, we have gurus, Pitra, fathers, grandfathers, Putras, Tataivacha, Pitamaha, Bhishma bhi hai. We have uncles, we have in-laws, we have sons, grandsons, all of these relations. Are you saying that I have to kill all of them just to get a kingdom? I do not think that this throne of Hastinapur is that important. Mujhe aisa sukh, mujhe aisa rajya nahi chahiye. That is what he tells Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Etan hantum ichchami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajasya hetoho kimnu mahi krite. Here Arjun calls Bhagavan Krishna Madhusudan. Madhusudan. Madhu ek rakshas tha. And then Bhagavan Shri Krishna killed him. Madhu also means sweet. Right? Madhuram. Sudan means enemy. So Arjuna is calling Bhagavan Krishna Madhusudan because he is telling him something that is very bitter to accept. बहुत कड़वी बात है. So he's saying, hey Madhusudan, by killing all of these people just for sake of kingdom, he says to Bhagavan Krishna, even if you told me कि इन सब को मार डाल करके मुझे त्रैलोक्य मिलेगा, I will get all three worlds, even then I will say I don't want to fight this war. तो ये छोटा सा सिंहासन किस बात की है? A small kingdom of Hastinapur. Why should I kill all of these people for such a small thing? Nihatya dhartarashtrannah ka priti sya janardana. He says to Bhagavan Krishna, you want me to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, जो हमारे लिए ज्येष्ठ पिता कहते हैं. He is our elder Chacha ji. He is the brother of our father. You want me to kill all of his sons? Papameva shraye tasman hatvetana tatayinah. Arjun कहते हैं पाप लगेगा. I must get sin from doing all of this. So that asks the question that maybe you have thought about it before. When two countries are at war and the soldiers of two different countries are killing each other, क्या इनको पाप लगता है? Do they get pap for doing that action? How does the concept of ahimsa, paramo dharma, how does the concept of non-violence factor into this? So Arjun is saying, these are not just random soldiers also. They are my family members, they are my friends, I know them. To kill them for the sake of a singhasan, kill them for the sake of a country, Keshav, mujhe paap lagega. I feel that I will get great sin from doing this. Tasma narha vayam hantum dhartarashtran swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Calls Bhagavan, hey Madhav, killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, how can we get happiness by performing such an action? So Arjuna is very convincing, right? Arjuna is not a simple person. Arjuna is a very educated, very brilliant, very intelligent person. So when he speaks, it is not like a simple devotee speaking to Bhagavan. Arjuna represents the best form of humanity. Shreshta Purush hai Arjuna. He is not like Bhagavan Shri Krishna or Bhagavan Shri Ram. He is not perfect, but he is as close to perfection as you could have got in the age of Dwapar Yuga. But still he will feel anger, still he will feel pain, still he will feel this desire for revenge if somebody will do something to him. But at his core, Param Satvik hai. All of the Pandavas, they are very Satvik Swabhav and they are very good people despite being very powerful. So when he speaks to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, you have to listen carefully to what he is saying because he is a logical person as well. An intelligent person must be logical. And what he is saying makes sense. Killing hundreds of thousands of people, many of them who are your own family, for the sake of a kingdom. Paap lagega. That is what he is saying to Bhagavan. Why should I do this? Yadyapyete na pashyanti.
Yadyate na pashyanti.
Lobho pahata chetasaha.
Lobho pahata chetasaha.
He says, Bhagavan, lob ki baat nahi hai. We are not lobhi people. We are not very greedy people. So it's not like we desire this kingdom that we will kill so many people to obtain it. Kulakshaya kritam dosham.
Kulakshaya kritam dosham.
Mitra drohe chapatakam.
Mitra dohe chapakatam.
Kulakshaya kritam dosham. He says to Arjun, this will surely finish this entire family. When sons are killed and grandsons are killed, Kulakshaya kritam dosham mitra drohe chapatakam, and friends are killed, the next generation will be severely damaged. Katham nageya masmabhi.
Kadam nageya masmavi.
Papa dasma nivartitum.
Papa dasma nivartitum.
Kulakshaya kritam dosham
Kulakshaya kritam dosham.
prapashya bhir janardana.
Prapashya vijanardana.
He says, Bhagavan, definitely this must be some kind of mahapap for me to go and kill all of these people for such a small reason. And if you thought Arjuna was giving good points before, in the next shloka, Arjuna bahut jabarjast tark dete hain. He gives a very important point to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He says, Bhagavan, kulakshaye panashyanti.
Kulakshaye panashyanti.
Kuladharma sanatana.
Kuladharma sanatana.
Dharme nashte kulam kritsnam.
Dharme nache kulam krishnam.
Adharmo bhibavatyuta.
Adharmo vivatyuta.
He says to Bhagavan, if I kill all of these sons, if I kill all of these grandsons, so who will perform their pindadan? Who will offer Tiranjali in their name? Who will pray for them in the time of Pitrapaksh? He says to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, entire lineages will be wiped out. You have to understand Akshay Soni. It is a very large unit of counting. You can Google it and see how many soldiers in one Akshay Soni. Kauravas had 11 Akshay Soni. Pandavas had 7. We were talking about hundreds of thousands of soldiers who were standing ready to fight. Do you know that more soldiers were killed in World War I than in World War II? Do you know that? Because in World War II, we had lots of machines, we have tanks, we have planes, we have submarines, all of these things. People are moving around more. In World War I, they would just stand in a field, one army, second army, and they would just stand and shoot each other. And then they would fight with swords as well. So more people died in this traditional way of fighting. So when you have so many hundreds of thousands of people standing opposite each other, obviously casualties as well will be much more. So Arjun कहते हैं भगवान धर्मे नष्टे कुलम कृत्स्नम. ये तो अब धर्म की बात भी हो गई. Because if the entire lineage is wiped out, who will be left in the next generation to protect Satya Sanatan Dharma? It's a valid question, right? And in fact, there was a study done that shows right around the time where the Mahabharata war was happening. There was a massive genetic bottleneck that happened at that time, where we saw many different lineages wiped out, and we see it in the proof of the descendants who survived. The genetic variety of the descendants was much less than the genetic variety of the previous couple generations. So what it means logically is that many different lines were finished, wiped out, completely destroyed. Because if the father is dead, if the son is dead, if the grandson has all died in the same war, so the line is finished. There is no one left to have any children. So Arjun continues to speak to Bhagavan Krishna. He says, Bhagavan, adharma bhibavan Krishna pradushyanti kulastriyah strishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankarah. He says, Bhagavan, and all of these men will be killed. Hundreds of thousands of women will be left as widows. They will have no one left to protect them. वो किसके हाथ में जाएंगे? Who will they fall to? What will happen to them? Who will protect them? Who will take care of them? Varna sankaraha. Many different problems can happen because of that. Sankaro naraka yaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro yesham lupta pinda dadokriya lupta pindo dadakriya. Arjun कहते हैं, when all of these people will die and only the women will remain, then many different problems will come. You will have a society that is, if you're unable to find people in your own varna, in your own category to marry, then you'll have lots of mixture, you'll have many different problems. He says to Bhagavan Krishna, lupta pindo dadakriya. No one will be left to offer the pinda. No one will be left to perform these pujas. Entire dharma can be in danger if so many families are destroyed at the same time. Doshe rete kulagnanam varna sankarakarakaihi utsadyante jati dharma kul dharmascha shashvataha. In the family in those days, most of the time, the husband will be the one who is performing the puja part and all of these things, and then the wife will keep some simple vrat. So Arjun is saying, Bhagwan, puja karne ke liye bhi koi bachega nahi. No one will be left in the home to perform puja. Who will perform all of these serious vrat? Who will go to all of these tirthasthan? Who will perform all of this, Bhagwan? We can seriously see possibility of dharma itself being destroyed in this part of Bharat if this war will happen like this. Utsanna kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavati itya anushrushum. Bhagavan Krishna is listening to Arjuna. He has not spoken yet. Arjun says something else to Bhagavan. He says, if they are not praying, if there is no one left to protect the families, so dhire dhire jo bache bhi hai, those who have survived also, they will also surely go to narak. Wo bhi narak jayenge. Bhagavan, narake niyatam vaso, because the breakdown of society has started. All of the women who have been left as widows, they have no one to protect them. They will not be able to stay on your path. Bhagavan, sab adharma ke marg pe chale aayenge. And this way you will see the entire society falling apart. He says to Bhagavan, Aho bata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. Ye paap nahi, mahat papam. It's a mahapap, Bhagavan. Yadrajya sukhalobhena hantum swajanamudyataha. और ये महापाप क्यों करूं? राज्य के लिए, just for a kingdom. In Treta Yuga, Bhagavan Shri Ram, the armies of Sugriv, they were fighting against actual Rakshas forces. They were not fighting against ordinary Manushya. But in the age of Dwapar, Rakshas nahi hai, it's sab Manushya. It's only man. Those Rakshas forces, they belong to a different time. So these are men killing other men. So Arjuna is saying, Prabhu, I should do this. Why? Only because of sukha lobena, because of a little bit happiness that this kingdom will bring to us, because of lob. He does not believe anymore that the reason for fighting justifies the amount of killing that will come. He says to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Yadi mama pratikaram ashastram shastrapanayah. He says to Bhagavan, ashastram shastrapanayah. Isse acha, let me leave my weapons on the ground and let the sons of Dhritarashtra come and kill me where I stand. Dhartarashtra rane hanyu tanme kshemataram bhavet. Imagine Arjuna, the greatest warrior, who Yudhishthira is depending on to win this war. Baat batao, Yudhishthira is not a great warrior. Bhim is very strong. He is also not a great warrior. Bhim has no chance of fighting Bhishma, of fighting Dronacharya, of fighting Karna. He can only fight Duryodhan in Gada Yuddha, in mace. He is not a skillful archer. And in those days, all of the greatest weapons can only be used with those who are using a dhanush, because you have to fire these weapons. So, really the hope of this Mahabharata rests on the shoulders of Arjuna. Duryodhan has many people that he trusts. He trusts Bhishma, Dronacharya, Karna. He has three very powerful Senapati he can trust. But Yudhishthir only has Arjuna. अब यही अर्जुन कह रहा है कि ashastra shastrapanayah, let me leave my weapons on the ground and let the sons of Duryodhan kill me where I stand. That will be better than this mahapap of killing my family members. Sanjay uvacha eva muktarjuna sankhe rathopasta upavishat visrijya sasharam chapam shok samvignamanasah. Visrijya sasharam chapam. Arjuna allows the Gandhiv to fall to the ground. He leaves his dhanush. Shoka samvignamanasah. And his mind is filled with grief. His mind is filled with doubt. He has just made some very compelling points to Bhagavan Krishna. When you listen to the points of Arjuna, you also agree with him, right? Like what he is saying, he is mahapap hai. How can we justify killing all of these people just for a kingdom? Bandhu, Mahabharata is called the Pancham Ved. It is called the fifth Veda. And inside of the Mahabharata we have the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because the lessons that you learn in Mahabharata, aaj bhi, Kali Yuga mein, they are applicable today. So when Bhagavan Shri Krishna will explain to Arjuna ki what is dharma. Imagine a little child who is only 4 or 5 years old saw something on TV about the law or justice or something, and he's trying to explain to his parents, who is a lawyer. So dad is listening, chota sa bacha mujhe samjha raha ki nyay kya hota hai. Right? They will listen to what he is saying, but the level of understanding between the child and the father is very, very different. The level of intelligence between Manushya, doesn't matter how intelligent you are, versus Jagat Pita Parameshwara, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, that is also going to be very, very different. So for every single argument that Arjuna has made, Bhagavan Shri Krishna one by one will address all of these arguments, and he will show Arjuna, ye mahapapa nahi hai, ye dharma hai aapka. There is no sin in fighting this war. And in fact, this war happens because Bhagavan Shri Krishna wanted this war to happen. He needed all of these kings, all of these powerful Kshatriyas to die. And he needed to unify this country into one Akhanda Bharat under the rule of Raja Parikshit. But this Bhagavan Krishna knows. Nobody else knows. Remember, Bharat had so many kings in that time. So all of this is the Leela, the Rachana, the Maya of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And he's using the Durbuddhi Duryodhan to facilitate this war. But now he needs Arjuna to fight this war. So next week when you come, we'll begin the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Repeat after me. Iti Arjuna Visha Yogo Nama Pratamodhyayah. Iti Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Pratamodhyayah. Iti Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Pratamodhyayah. बोलो गीता मैया की, बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you everyone.